Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. Today I'm going to present the project summary for our smart coffee vending machine system. So, the smart coffee vending machine system is an initiative focused on modernizing and improving the user interface of traditional coffee vending machine. The main idea is to let customers easily browse, customize and pay for their drinks on a automated platform. This meets the growing demand for quick customized drinks for people on the go. How it works? The system works in a step-by-step process that guides customers through different stages of customization. First, customer choose the type of drink they want, either coffee or non-coffee. Next, they select the cup size, like small or large. Then, pick the sweetness level. Next, the temperature, like hot or cool. And finally, whether they want creamer or not. The system also supports bulk orders in a single transaction, making it convenient and efficient for customers who want to buy multiple drinks at once. In addition to personalization, the vending machine has an automatic price calculator. This tool calculates the total cost based on drink size, type, and any extras like creamer. Real-time pricing and inventory updates make sure that the machine always has accurate price and stock information. Before payment, the system shows a clear address summary that breaks down the base price, customization, and the total cost. This reduces mistake and keeps the process simple. The touchscreen interface is user-friendly and designed for quick input. It's easy for everyone to use, no matter their age or technical skill. In summary, the smart coffee vending machine system is a next generation solution for automated drink dispensing. By combining personalization, automation, and convenience, it gives customers a new and better experience, whether they are buying just one drink or many at once. Thank you for listening.
So, the objectives of our programming is, first, to provide an easy method of ordering beverages through vending machines. It will allow customers to choose their beverages, allow customers to customize their beverages according to their desire, and also allow the customer to place multiple orders. Second, the programming is made to calculate the total price that customers need to pay. And it will calculate the total cost by sum up all the order. And third, the objective is to display the availability of the products. The program will calculate the number of stock available and also display the available beverages. And last but not least, the objective of our programming is to display customer orders and type of payment. It will display overall of customer's order, display the type of chosen beverage, size, temperature, level of sweetness, and the numbers of cups ordered. And lastly, it will display type of payment and type of payment chosen. That's all. Okay guys, now I will explain the inputs that we need for our vending machine system to work properly. These inputs are like the information that the machine must get from the customer so it knows what to do. Let's go through them one by one. Okay, first, Okay, first of all, we have the type of beverages. This means that the customer will choose what kind of drink they want, whether coffee or non-coffee. For example, we use a character data type, which is char, to let customers choose between coffee, which is we use letter A, and non-coffee, and we use letter B for non-coffee. Okay, so for the second one, we have the option of drinks. This is we use data type integer int, which means it is a number. The customer will pick an option by number, like option 1 latte, option 2 for americano, and option 3 for tea, and so on. And for the third one, we have the cup size as our input, and this we also use integer for our data type. Customer can choose the size by number, for example, small, medium, or large. And fourth, we have temperature, and this input uses characters or char also as our data type. The customer can choose if they want their drink hot or cold. For example, we use letter H and C for our option. Next, we have sweetness level of our drinks. And for this input, we use integer as our data type. And the customer can choose how sweet they want the drink to be. And maybe S for N for normal, and N for normal, and L for less sugar. And next we have creamer, which is we use char as our data type, and the customer will say if they want creamer or not. For example, we use Y and N. Y for yes and N for no. And next, we have multiple order. This is also a character. The character which is we use char for our data type, and it shows if the customer wants to order more than one drink. If they want to order more than one drinks, they can choose in the machine, and they can also add how many orders they want without any limit. And last but not least, we have the payment method as our input, and for this input we use char or character as our data type. And customer also can choose whether they want to pay using cash or debit. So this will easier the customer to order and using our coffee vending machine. So these are all the inputs our vending machine needs, and each input helps the machine know exactly what the customer wants, so it can make the drink and the right way and handle the payment correctly, and it will make the customer feel much easier than the usual vending coffee machine. That's all. Okay, next, this vending machine program has three main processes to make sure it works properly when user order drinks. Okay, first we have stock availability, which is we use array. So this part helps the owner or admin of the vending machine to set and manage the stock of drinks. It uses an array to store the list of available drinks. This is very important so the program knows which drinks are available to sell. The function uses here is called getDrink index string, and it helps find the location of the drinks in the array. The data types used are string for the drink name and int, which is integer, for the index or position. Okay. Next, we have a calculation of price. This process is used to calculate the total price for the drinks the customer chooses. The program will take the base price of the drink, the size like small, medium or large, and how many drinks are ordered. It will then use all this information to calculate the total cost, and the function used is called calculate price, which is string and also int. It uses the drink name, the size, and the quantity of the order to calculate the total price. The data types used are string and int, and also double for the final price. And last but not least, we have a repetition, which is looping or multiple orders. So here, this part uses a loop so that the customer can order more than one drink at the same time. It uses a do-while loop that keeps asking the user or customer if they want to order another drink. The loop will keep going until the customer says they are done by choosing the finish ordering option. The program will then move on to calculate the total price and finish the process. The data type used here is char or character to check if the user wants to order more. If no, then the program will end, and if the customer wants to order more of if the customer wants to add order, then the program will repeat from the starting, which is what they want to choose, the type of beverages and so on. Okay, now I will explain the output part of our vending machine program. This part shows the results after customer has finished making their drinks order. Each variable here helps the machine remember what the customer choose and how much they need to pay. Okay, first we have a drink name, which is we use a char data type as our data type, which means a user can choose the one of the letter that used in our variable. Okay. For example, if the customer orders a coffee and a tea, both of these drinks will be saved in this variable. It helps the program keep track of what drinks were chosen. Next, we have size, which is we use char or character as our data type. This stores the cup size the customer picked, either small or large. For example, someone might want a large coffee or a small tea. So this is important because different sizes may have different price. And next, we have a temperature, which is we use char as our data type, and this variable and the temperature is the variable. It says whether the customer wants their drink to be hot or cold. So if someone orders a cold latte or a hot Americano, this variable remembers that, and it is very useful for drinks like coffee or matcha, and also tea, which can be served to be hot or cold. Okay, next we have sweetness, and the data type of this variable is cha, and it stores the level of sugar the user wants in their drink, whether they want no sugar or less sugar. This allows customers to personalize their drinks according to their health needs or taste preference. Okay, next we have a creamer as our variable, and we use char as our data type. So this variable asks whether the customer wants to add creamer or not. So the option is yes or no. And if the customer want to add the creamer, then the customer can choose Y as yes. And if they don't want to add a creamer in their drink, they can choose N for no. And this is very important for drinks like coffee and coffee such as latte and Americano, where creaminess changes the taste, and the program saves this choice so it can prepare the drink correctly. And next we have a quantity as our variable, and the data type is integer. This variable is called quantity, and that means it and we use integer, so it stores numbers. It keeps the number of cups of the customer order, and if the customer wants for what the customer wants for each type of drink. For example, if someone orders 2 coffees and 1 tea, this variable will store those numbers. It is important for calculating the total cost. And next we have a grand total, which is we use int, which is we use a double for the data type. It calculates the overall price for all the drinks the customer ordered. For example, if one drink costs Rm 3 ringgit and the user buys 3 of the drink, the grand total will be Rm 9 ringgit, and it helps show the final amount to be paid for the customer. And next we have order count. We use integer, and this variable used to simply counts how many different drinks were ordered by the customer. For example, if a user orders 1 coffee, 1 tea, and also 1 Americano, the order count will be 3. And it helps the program know how many different types of drink were requested by the customer. And last but not least, we have the payment method as the output. And the payment method, we use char and give the customer option to pay by cash or e-wallet. It stores the method of payment the user choose, and this information is useful for making sure the payment is processed correctly and smoothly. I think that's all.
Before we go through the flowchart, let me explain the symbols used in this flowchart. First, oval. This symbol shows the start and end points of the process. It indicates where the process begins and where it finishes. So next, rectangle. Rectangles represent process steps such as initialize variables, saving data, or calculate totals. This shows tasks that the system performs automatically. Next, diamond. The diamond symbol shape represent a decision point. Here, the system checks condition. For example, whether the stock is available, whether the quantity is valid, or whether the customer wants to add another order. Each diamond shape always lead to at least two possible outcomes, yes or no. So next, arrow. The arrow show the flow of the process, guiding us through the sequence from one step to the next step. So by using this symbol, the flowchart makes it easy to understand how decision and action flow step by step. I also would like to highlight some benefits of using this flowchart and system. So first one, clear process. The flowchart helps developers and users clearly see each step of the vending machine process, from selection to payment. Okay, number two, easy to troubleshooting. It's easier to identify where problems might occur. For example, if stock runs out, or if a payment fails. Number two, easy troubleshooting. It's easier to identify where problems might occur. For example, if stock runs out or if a payment fails. So number three, better user experience. The system makes ordering fast and simple, with clear steps that guide the user through customization. So number four, accuracy and efficiency. The automated checks for stock and quantity help avoid mistakes, so customers get exactly what they want without delays. So number five of benefit, supports bulk orders. The loop structure allows multiple drinks in one transaction, saving time for both customers and operator. So lastly, improve inventory control. The system updates stock in real time, helping the business manage supply and reduce waste. In short, the flowchart not only explains how the system works, but also shows how it improves the overall coffee buying experience. So, by combining a clear flowchart with a smart vending machine, we can provide a modern, user-friendly, and reliable solution for customer on the go. Now, I'm going to explain how our smart coffee vending machine system works by walking you through this flowchart step by step. Firstly, start and initialize. The process begins with the system starting up and initializing all variables and arrays to store the customer's order details. Next, enter order loop. The system enter a do-while loop, which lets the customer place one or more drink orders in a single session. Next, select beverage type. The first step for the customer is to select the beverage type. They can choose either coffee or a non-coffee drink. If they choose coffee, they will pick a specific coffee drink like latte, americano, or mocha. Also, if they choose non-coffee, they can pick drinks like tea, matcha, or chocolate. So next, validate drink option. The system then validates the selected drink to make sure it's available on the menu. Next, check stock. Once the drink is validated, the system checks the stock. If the drink is out of stock, the customer will be asked to pick another option. Next, customize the drink. If the drink is available, the customer moves on the customization like select cup size, small or large. And then choose temperature, hot or cool. And then pick sweetness level, no sugar, less sugar or no sugar. Lastly, decide if they want creamer or not. Okay, next, enter quantity. The customer enters the quantity they wish to order. And then validate quantity and stock. The system checks if the chosen quantity is available. If not enough stock is available, the customer will need to adjust the quantity. So next, save order details. If the quantity is valid, the system saves the order details to the array and updates the stock accordingly. Next, add more orders. After that, the system asks if the customer want to add more orders. If yes, the loop repeats for a new drink. If not, the loop ends. Next, display order summary. When the customer finish ordering, the system display an order summary showing all the selected drinks and customizations. And then, calculate total and payment. The system calculate the grand total and the customer choose their payment method, either by card or e-wallet. And lastly, display payment confirmation. Finally, the system display the payment confirmation and the ordering process end. So, this flowchart clearly shows how the smart coffee vending machine system works from start to finish. So, making sure the ordering process is easy, accurate and convenient for every customer. Thank you.
Okay, so as you guys can see in the slide, I have pasted two example of the output, and for the coding explanation I will explain it at the next slide on the demo of the coding. Okay, so now we are move on to the demo of the coding. Okay, so first let me explain what this program does. The main purpose is to let the customer choose and customize a drink, check the available stock and calculate the total cost and handle multiple orders in one session. This whole process happens step by step through a simple menu in the console. The program starts by asking the user to choose whether they want a coffee-based drink or a non-coffee option. For coffee, they can pick drinks like latte, americano or mocha. For non-coffee, there are choices like tea, matcha or chocolate. Once the drink is selected, the system checks the stock to make sure there are enough cups available. If the drink is out of stock, the user will be informed immediately so they can choose something else. This part is handled by using an array to store stock levels, and a function called getDrinkIndex helps match the drink name to its correct position in the stock list. After that, the user can customize the drink by choosing the cup size, either small or large. If they choose large, the program automatically adds an extra RM2 to the base price. They also select the temperature, which can be hot or cold, the sweetness level and whether they want creamer or not. Next, the program asks how many cups the customer wants. If they order more than the available stock, the system will stop them and show how many cups are left. This ensures that the stock stays accurate. Once everything is selected, the program calculates the total price for that order using a function called calculatePrice. It then saves all the orders details in array like the drink name, size, temperature, sweetness, creamer, quantity and prices. One of the useful part in that user can make more than one order in the same session. After each order, the stock is updated and the program asks if the user wants to add more drinks. This repeats in a loop until the customer decides to stop.
finally, the program shows a clear order summary with all the drinks ordered, the custom option for each one, and the total payment amount. The customer can choose whether they want to pay by cash or e-wallet, which match to their lifestyle where digital payment are very common. In conclusion, this simple system is a good example of how basic coding with arrays, loops, conditional, and function can solve a real problem and creates a user-friendly experience. This also reflects what we see in modern cafes today, where people expect to customize their drink easily and pay in different way. Okay. Okay, so in conclusion, this beverage ordering system successfully combines basic programming with real-life ordering needs by offering customers an easy and customizable ways to order drinks. By using automatic stock control and price calculation, it creates a smooth ordering experience. This system has the potential to fit perfectly into modern culture and will satisfy the customer expectation. Okay, so that's all from us. Thank you.